There's not enough weird athletes anymore.
I agree. Zach Greinke is it. We have Zach Greinke, and that's it. Zach Greinke's the weird guy, and that's all we have, and it sucks. We need more weird athletes.
Who is Zach Greinke?
He's a pitcher. He used to pitch. Well, he's back on the Royals now. But I guess the most recent thing that he did, where you could qualify him as weird guy, is a fan was trying to get autographs, handed him a baseball to sign because he was signing autographs. He took the baseball, turned around, and threw it as far as he could, just away from them. And the fan said, "Why did you do that?" And he said, "For my amusement."
And it's weird because with social media, you would think you would have more access than ever to the weirdness of athletes, but it's this unfortunate mix of they got publicists at the same time, they worked out agents and all that shit.
Yeah.
There's a team of 4 people in front of you in your mouth at all times now.
Yeah, Zach Greinke is my favorite professional athlete just because of the insane stories about Zach Greinke. He's the fucking best. I love him. But Gavin, this is episode 112, so you can take it from here, Gavin.
Nice of you to show up, Eric. Appreciate it.
All right, well, Gavin's in a mood.
Yep.
Everything going okay, buddy?
Oh, do we not rip on Eric? Coming in?
No, I mean, we do. It's just the tone was a little off, Gavin.
Yeah, no, we shit on Eric. We shit into Eric's open mouth whenever we can, but
that's what I was going for.
You seem to be dispossessed of a level of energy.
It's just a delivery problem.
No, yeah, it was very a serious, you're actually upset. I often, Geoff, you gaslight Gavin all the time with asking if he's okay. That might be the first legitimate needed "Are you okay?" that we've ever had on the show. Are you okay, Gavin?
No, I'm good. I thought I was doing it right. I need to work on it, obviously. But apologies, Eric. That was didn't land right.
I got what you were going for, but I appreciate people sticking up for me. So thank you very much.
It was weird because I don't feel like you were gone. You missed the last one. I think you were in there the one before, though.
Yeah, he missed one. I really had nothing.
It was a strange call out. I think I understood what you're going for. It was just a mix. There's a lot of. Would you like to go again? Would you like to try it again?
I'll try next week.
Okay, but he's gonna be here.
Yeah, well,
whatever.
Dude, are you gonna be here for the second recording today, Eric?
Yes, I will be here for the second recording.
All right, Gavin.
I can step out if you want me to.
No.
That's the best I can do.
Gavin, get yourself ready. We're going to record these back-to-back so you can shit right on them in about 48 minutes.
Yeah. Well, and if you're listening to this because you're a fan, come see us in 1 week to hear how Gavin really gets me.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the KFace podcast, a podcast where we get each other. And we tend to do it with a little more energy than Gavin today. My name is Geoff Ramsey. With me, as always, Andrew Panton and the aforementioned Gavin Free. I believe this is episode 112. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Episode 112 of season 4, year 3, volume 1, chapter whatever. How you guys doing?
I'm great.
Excited. It's been a while, hasn't it? And I know Andrew's excited.
Yeah. I need to talk to you guys about something. I'm very curious about.
What have you done?
No, I haven't done any. Well, I did something in the past. It's just the reaction to it and the lack of reaction here. I made a complete ass of myself 2 weeks ago. Is it 2 weeks ago now? And there was zero. I'm so curious if you guys noticed what happened and you didn't address it, or if you missed it as well. Do you get what I'm talking about? Do you understand?
I think you may be talking about a cove.
Yeah, I sure am. So I had zero awareness that I fucked that up. And it was an incredible, the sentence, let me just say the sentence as I said it, because it is a masterworks in stupidity. Jake is an endless treasure cove of words that are slightly wrong. Was the sentence I said. I know it's true. I stepped in a shovel so hard while laughing at somebody else.
You couldn't have scripted a better foot in mouth than that, dude.
I wish I could claim credit. That's comedic genius if I purposely did that. I'm just an idiot. and I had no idea that happened, and you guys didn't react to it at all. So when the episode came out, I don't listen to the show, but I look at the comments, and it was almost all talks about a treasure cove, and I was like, what treasure cove? Like that, it gives me very mini golf vibes when I hear treasure cove. I was like, we didn't talk about mini golf,
dude. I want a
happening.
vacation in Treasure Cove.
I think it sounded wrong to me, but it didn't register that clearly, I guess, just because it could be a Canadian thing or a North American thing, and I was just like, well, it seems like he knows what he's talking about.
Like it could technically be correct, like a treasure, like a cove of treasure.
There's no way to dig out of that. It's wrong. In
No,
every
it's
possible
totally
way.
wrong. I'm not saying it's right. I'm a fucking idiot. I fucked it up completely. But I'm saying as far as challenging it goes, I could see there being a little bit of resistance, like for a half second. But so I was curious, so Gavin and Geoff, did you notice that when it happened?
Not at all. No,
Okay.
I think the thing that and I recognize the audience feels like we should have noticed, and going back and listening to it, it's pretty fucking pretty clear.
Sure.
But I think the thing that gets missed is that when we're doing the show, I'm kind of I don't know about you guys, but I'm giving you guys 65% of my attention, and then the other 35% I'm planning a bit or what I'm going to say or how to work something in. So it's easy to miss stuff in the moment like that.
I try and listen with a higher percentage than that. I try to be maybe at 90, but some stuff does slip through.
That's too
For
high.
sure.
That's far too high.
Was it always 65, Geoff, or is this a sliding scale?
Oh,
based on-
it's definitely a sliding scale.
Okay.
It's,
As the episode number goes up, the percentage goes down.
yeah. Year 4, Geoff, or year 3, Geoff, is a lot different than year 1, Geoff.
Is it, I'm guessing less, it's continuously going down? By sliding scale, it's not going back and forth, it's just down. It is sliding downwards with time.
I mean, I feel like I tell you guys all the time when I'm like, I'm sorry, I tuned out. I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah. No, that
I
happens.
feel like in the last episode, I was listening to it back, and there was a period in the last episode where my headphones turned off for 2 straight minutes. And Andrew, you said something really funny during that period where you said that you flipped your phone around to look at the back of the card.
Yeah.
I thought that was really funny. But I do feel like maybe that fell in Geoff's 35% of not paying attention, because there was literally no reaction to that at all. But I thought that was very funny.
I'll be honest, I wasn't just listening to what you said, Kevin. What was I doing 35% of?
You want to wait? You want to do this another time? Well,
No, I'm
pull
fine.
that was in response to you.
Oh, we'll do it again.
No!
I tell you what. No worries. I'll go back and listen to that part of the podcast when it comes out.
Great.
But
Okay.
only that part.
I was, because there is some Cosmic Crisp stuff we could talk about later.
Ooh, you were
But-
annoyed when I
was
talked
annoyed.
to you the other day.
I was annoyed, but before we did this, I wanted to check to see how we all rated the apple at that time. I didn't get to try it in the actual review, but so I wanted to listen to it. I played it back again. An all-time not listening moment. I forgot that this happened. Geoff, you set up what we're gonna do. You're like, okay, we've all had the apple, or all you guys did, and now we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the best apple ever. Gavin, you go first. What would you rate the apple? And Gavin immediately says, "What's the scale?" Wasn't listening at all. It's a great. There's an established history of not listening and missing the complete setup to what is currently happening.
Yeah, it's one of those things where you think, because you're a part of the process, you think you know the spiel, so you're not really listening to the spiel, and it's like, and what do you think of this goat? And it's like, wait, what? And you just realize that you're not as tuned in as you think.
This is perfect because it was literally 60 seconds of detailing the specifics of the scale, and then you immediately asking, well, what's the scale? Very genuinely. But do we want to talk about the Cosmic Crisp situation that has happened?
What's the situation?
Well, real fast, let's circle the wagons before we do that.
Okay.
Do you have, because we're going to do 2 episodes, I have a lot of notes, but none of them are particularly important. Although I feel like there are 2 things I should at least mention, but I don't even have to get to them this episode. Gavin, I remember you said last episode you had 7 or 8 things to talk about, and you only got to 1. And then, Andrew, I assume you have a bunch too outside of Cosmic Crisp.
I have a little bit, yeah. Nothing
Okay.
I'd say essential.
Well, let's just dive in with Cosmic Crisp.
Okay. So I got a notification. I was very excited. We've tried in the past, but for the first time, Cosmic Crisp has interacted with us on
Yes.
Twitter. in some capacity.
Oh.
There's somebody is doing the test of having one of their apples just out and seeing how it has lasted throughout these months. And so they did like a collage of this is like the start, month 2, month 4, month
Montage.
6. Yeah.
I'll go ahead and
Montage.
pay attention now. Yeah, let's not
Montage,
say-
that was wrong. Yeah, okay, that was just wrong. That was just fuck up by me. What is a collage?
Well, that'd be if they took a bunch of pictures, and then sort of cut them all out and stuck them to the same piece of cardboard, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
And what was the other word?
Montage.
Montage. Is a montage can be a stationary image, a collection of like 4 images?
Well, it's more of like a progression of time, isn't it?
Yeah.
And like a bunch of different
Through
stuff.
Yeah, I
pictures
guess
or
I've
image.
just never thought of a photo montage before. But you're totally right.
Mm.
That makes sense.
Does that mean a time lapse is a photo montage?
Could be.
Anyway, sent these photos, and they asked them, "Are you testing our apples?" And then I got in there a little bit, and I was so excited because we've tried to interact with them in the past with 0 response, which is understandable considering the name of the show. And it was the first time they interacted, so I commented back to them. They liked it. I got all excited, and then like 3 hours later, I looked at my phone and I got the notification that Cosmic Crisp is now following the Face Pod Twitter account.
Oh.
And they only follow like 98 people at that time. It was a very funny list. So I looked at who they were following, and I was very excited because 98 people. I'm like, oh, this will be a quick thing. How many actual
100.
people? Yeah, top 100. It's a great way to put it. And it was FacePod, and then the account they followed after that was Walmart, and then the account they followed after that was Geoff Ramsey. Just Geoff. They just followed Geoff, and I was disgusted in the car. I was outraged that out of all the people on this podcast, the Apple company follows the biggest banana guy maybe in the world.
Well,
Number 1 banana. Apple will never come close to your banana fandom.
I will say, I feel like I rated the Cosmic Crisp higher than anybody else on this podcast.
You did, which is, well, not me, because I didn't have it at that time, but I'm disgusted with you, Geoff, because I went back. That's why I know the Gavin thing, because I was going to put it in part of my argument to be like, this motherfucker gave it a 4.6, and he got the follow. You gave it a 7.8, I believe.
I stand by
and you
that.
ranked it above the average Apple.
Yeah.
I don't remember what you said the average. You said it was a great Apple, so I couldn't even use that against you. But it was still, I just looked at it in shock that they followed the banana guy.
They also follow us on Instagram now.
They follow us on Instagram too?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's awesome.
Where were they when we were an Apple podcast, though?
We're still an Apple podcast.
We're a time-traveling basement equipment podcast. Wait, baseball.
Why did you...
We are officially a words fuck up
Flub?
podcast.
Yeah.
As of here, yeah. We're a flubcast.
I didn't realize I was having a flubby day until I messed up the beginning of the podcast, and now I can't. Man, I've been able to speak all day.
That was, you know what? It wasn't a flub though. The beginning of the podcast, you needed a vibe sommelier to get you the
did.
lead in on that.
My
'cause it was
vibes
just
were
the
wrong.
vibe was off.
You know, I don't want to go off in a different direction. I don't want to
Okay.
leave where we are right now. But this brings up a point. You being in a good mood and in a talkative mood today, Gavin. I saw Andrew. Let me tell you a little something. I saw Gavin at RT 2 days ago. I want to say,
Okay.
or maybe it was even yesterday. I don't remember. I came in to film one quick little thing, and Gavin was there, and I said hi to him, and I turned. Motherfucker left. He didn't hang out. He didn't check on me. He didn't like spend 30 seconds. He just left.
I left after work.
Just ignored me and left.
Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of, I feel like I'm lacking context to be on your side. So you said hi, and he said hi.
Not really. He was on camera, and I went
Okay.
over and I said hi to the guys and dipped in and just said hello to the camera. And then I walked over and I was hanging out with like other people from AH in the same room. And then I realized I was like, oh, I should probably get going at some point. I turned. Gavin's nowhere to be seen.
I
Like,
had to
he
go to
just
the
disappeared.
podcast. I had to be at the podcast by 5.
Mm.
Wait,
I was
okay.
running out of time.
So you were not in a production. You were just hanging out. You said hi while he was filming something. You're
I
hanging out.
I
in a
came
place
to do a
that's not
production,
recording.
but I couldn't start until his was over.
Okay.
And which wasn't a big deal. I
Yeah,
was just
yeah,
kind of
yeah.
hanging out, and I was in no particular hurry. I didn't have anywhere to be. I just wanted to spend time with my friend Gavin. Just just a few pleasantries in person, because I love him so much. And then he jacked me.
So what was the distance between you and Gavin for this?
Physical distance?
Physical distance as little as 1 foot when I went over to like pop up on camera.
Yeah,
when we were hanging out, I would say like 18 feet.
That's a definite.
In an open room.
How much time do you have to get to the podcast, Gavin? When did you leave?
I probably had 20 minutes.
Oh God! Did you at least look in the air? Did you just not think of it? Were you in podcast?
No, because it's like a 20-minute ride away. So I'm taking a piss and then I went to try and get some food. I realized I didn't have time for that, so I just hopped in a little Uber.
It's a 20-minute drive from where H records to the podcast.
It took me about, I think, 18 minutes. It's like a really bad time to go anywhere. Had I known, I would have given him a ride over there. You were about to be in something. I thought, I'm tagging out of something. I've got to be somewhere else. You're about to be in something. See you later. I'll talk to you on.
No, I don't know. You didn't say see you later. I didn't even get that. See you later would have been awesome. I missed you. See you later was what I was looking for, man.
I don't want to be late.
I swear to God, I turned around and I thought, well, Gavin doesn't like me anymore.
Gavin, you're taking an interesting approach to this, because if I were you, I would just say, hey, I wanted to do that. I had to rush. Like, I felt bad about it. The way you're phrasing this, it's like you made the decision not to. It wasn't a thing of like, it just didn't cross your mind. You actively said, don't want to be late. Don't got time to say hi to Geoff.
Was this on this Monday? This was this previous podcast?
Yeah.
This was the one where you were like the earliest you've ever been?
Oh.
If you remember, Eric, if you'll remember, there was one recently where I was like 10 full minutes late.
Oh.
Right. I'm not.
Wait.
Right, but we're talking about you being
second.
early. Listen, I'm on your side. I appreciate that you left without saying goodbye to your friend Geoff and came and did the podcast. Thank you.
The amount of time that it takes for someone to show up, plus the amount of traffic, I would say varies by 15 minutes either way.
It's technically even your car. You could have just told me, give me a ride to the podcast in my car.
I need to.
Hey, I need to use the car.
What does you being late have to do with you now being so early? Is the only way
trying not
I'm
to
going
be
to get
late.
good pleasantry time is for you to be to this show late? Is that how I'll get pleasantries out of you?
Am I late to this show?
No, but I'm saying you wanted to show up early because you were late to make up for the fact that you were late, right? Is that correct? So I'm saying the only way for me to get you early is if you show up late to this show. That's the only access to pleasantries.
But here, the only thing I have to do is walk to my desk. I
Well,
actually have to go wait for someone to show up and go there. That's quite a high variable.
Well, here's
And
listen,
it's live.
I don't want to make a huge big deal out of it. I just wanted to say that I'm gonna make a promise to all four of you right now that if I'm ever in the same physical space with you and I know that you're there and I'm there, I care enough about you to come and say hello and goodbye. I will always do that from this point on for the rest of my life. I don't want to make you feel deprioritized in the way that some other people may have felt in the past.
This was a twist because I really thought I would end up siding with Gavin, but I'm with you on this, Geoff. I feel like that was a disrespectful move by Gavin. Intentional.
I'm like, what am I asking Jack to do a break show here or something?
I like that Eric sided with me and then completely sold me out about how early it was.
Right, 100%. Yeah, this, again, to reiterate, this is a podcast where we get each other. So,
Geoff,
Yeah,
I'm
buddy.
sorry. I'm sorry I just left.
Gab, no apologies necessary. That's fine. I understand you were busy. And it sounds like you said it in your head. You said, see you later in your head. So it's like, I just wasn't in your head at the moment. Had I been, it would have been no harm, no foul.
It is one of those things where, to me at the time, I was like, I didn't even consider how it could be rude or how anyone would even miss me leaving.
It honestly wasn't. I just thought it was fucking hilarious that I turned around to like check on you and you were gone. And I'm like, that motherfucker really just dipped out without even having 1 second of acknowledgement with his best fucking friend in the world. Okay. Fucking paper best friends over here.
I have a question for Geoff and I don't know who to ask first.
Okay.
For this.
Ask Gavin.
Let's do the. We'll go. Do what? Sorry, what did you say? I couldn't hear you over me. Who am I asking first? I felt like
ask Gavin.
Ask Gavin. Okay. Well, Gavin, you were overseas recently.
Yes.
I wanted to know. This is very important. I feel like you failed this, is what I'm assuming. How is the Branston pizza?
I couldn't find it. I found a Papa John's. I found one.
Papa John's.
Papa
John's. Papa John's.
I found Papa's, and they weren't. The one I found didn't do it.
That sucks, dude.
Wait, did you actually try?
Yeah, I was like, "Do you do the Branston pickle thing?" And they're like, "We didn't have that one here."
Oh, you get way more credit from me. It didn't even cross my mind. I had the realization that you could do that literally yesterday, so I wrote up my notes, assuming I appreciate the effort.
Yeah, I did it on we were walking around London. We did an escape room, and we just happened to walk by one. I was like, "Oh my god, let me quickly check something." But no sign of it.
Don't worry about not finding one in England, because there is a pizza oven in my backyard with your name on it. We
That's
can
true.
create the world's best Branston pickle pizza. And if you want, I was thinking about this the other day, my neighbor is a chef who used to own a fancy pizza restaurant. So if we need help, we could even pull him over, though we don't have to.
Yeah, maybe we should
But I'm
get
just
some
saying,
tips.
we have a conduit for excellent pizza if we need it. Or we could just fucking fly blind, go, do it ourselves face style. Doesn't matter to me. But I think I'm excited about making this Branston pickle pizza, and I hope we do it soon.
I would honestly like to see both.
And as we've said, the baseballs and the beanhole videos are both now out on our
Yes.
YouTube channel. So we have the space to start the next video.
They're great videos, by the way. It's the first time I watched
Oh
them
yeah, you were
while they
excited for
on YouTube.
Beanhole. What did you think of Beanhole?
Beanhole was
Little
awesome.
long,
they were
right?
both really good videos. A little long. No,
Could
I
use
thought it
some
was
background
perfect.
music, a little long.
No, I thought it was great. The build up of the bean reveal and like the trying to be kind of positive about it, and Geoff, you just staring for a long time, going, I wonder what was wrong. What went wrong here? It was great. They're great videos.
Speaking of bean holes, I do have one small thing. You guys might have both seen it because it came to me via social media. So I assume it probably made its way to y'all as well. But have you guys been made aware of the Beanhole Festival?
No.
I saw it was a thing, but I don't know anything about it. Please,
I'll put it in
explain
Discord.
more.
We just missed it. It was this week.
Oh shit.
In Minnesota, there is in Pequot Lakes, there is a Beanhole Days. Come and celebrate Beanhole Days in Pequot Lakes, July 12th and 13th. One of a kind event is a rootin' tootin' good for fun for the whole family. Dude, it gets so much better. At 5:30 p.m., they bury the beans on Tuesday. On Wednesday from 9 to 4, it's a craft fair with food vendors. They also have kids' activities, trampoline jump, water wars,
And this is
kids
all just
bungee.
like beans in the ground time.
It's all
just
bean
killing
themed.
time.
Yeah, beans are cooking. 11:30 a.m. This is the big event to me. They crown the king and queen bean.
That's great.
I swear to God, there's a
that mean?
yearly king and queen bean of Pequot Lakes, Minnesota. And then at 12 noon, they
Oh, like
dig
a
up and
physical
serve the
bean?
beans. Yeah, I think they crown. I think you're like,
They
it's a
put
man and a
little crown-
woman.
Oh,
I hope the crown is a bean. I don't know if it is or not. I don't see any pictures.
I was imagining basically like Fall Guys, like a little crown on a little bean.
And then because as you do at a bean festival, from 12 to 2, they have Memories of Elvis tribute shows. And then they have a drive up and pick up to go to get beans. And you can buy bean shirts and a bean mug. So here's what I'm saying. 2023, it's the year of the Beanhole Festival. We go to Beanhole Days. We make it a big deal. We have
How
a
did we
fan meet, have a
miss that?
community meetup at Beanhole Days in Pequot Lakes, Minnesota. I'm assuming it'll exist in 2023. The second they announce the dates, let's book our tickets.
The week we put out the Beanhole video, and then we missed that by that was yesterday at the time of this recording.
The timing is insane.
Damn.
I love the fact that there is an Elvis tribute show just in the middle of this. What else could you need at a Beanhole event?
Was he a big Beanhole guy?
I don't
can
think
see
so.
that.
I think they're limited on whatever entertainment is available in town, and so it's like, let's go get Gary to dust off his guitar and do the Elvis thing again.
There's nothing better than the serving of the beans to then have the memories of Elvis in the background. When I'm eating beans, I want to reminisce about those great Elvis memories.
I wonder if he sings like a hunk of bean in love. You ain't nothing but a beanhole, farting all the time, dude. He could do all kinds of bean-related parodies. That'd be awesome. It'd be like he could be like, for all we know, that dude is the Weird Al Yankovic of beans.
I'd love if that person existed. I hope that they are. If they aren't the Weird Al beans, we need to find the Weird Al beans because they exist.
Totally agree.
There's somewhere.
So anyway, Eric, if you could go ahead and put that on the books, 2023 Beanhole Days. I'd like.
You got it. I'll start
full cast to go.
Booking tickets or hotels.
Yeah, can we get a
Do you
booth?
think there's hotels, or do you think it's like a camping thing, like a Coachella, where you have to like sleep in a tent?
I'm down for either.
I love the idea.
You're
of
down to
being
sleep
booth.
in a tent at the Bean Festival?
Yeah, dude, it's fucking win in Rome, man.
All right.
just
These are
camping.
simple bean people living a beanie life. I want to immerse myself in their world.
Nick said, "Be careful where you pitch the tent."
It could be, oh no, what if we pitch our tent right on top of the bean hole?
It's probably so important to them. It'd be like someone like putting their ice cream truck over the.
You're gonna make me pop my
Groundhog thing.
stitches, goddammit. Oh, that's so fucking funny. Oh, fucking Christ.
I really want you to do round 2 of beans at the Bean Festival. No training, no prep, just giving it another go live in front of the people.
Maybe we could screen our beanhole video there and then have everyone tell us what we did wrong.
Oh, that's a great idea. We can make a beat. We could,
We've already got a beanhole themed short film. 21 minutes of beanhole.
This is great. I can't wait for 2023.
yeah, I'm pretty jazzed too.
If you're somebody who's in the process of trying to quit smoking, or even if you're somebody who has, you understand how difficult it could be to fight off that temptation. That's why you've got to check out Fume. Fume is the natural inhaler designed for a better, safer, and natural way to quit cigarettes. It's a no smoke, no vape, and no nicotine replacement for the hand-to-mouth habit of smoking. Fume handcrafts wooden inhalers and uses cores infused with plant oil studied to curb cravings. They have flavors like peppermint and conker with minty notes to simulate menthol cigarettes, and other flavors like cozy chai and lemon berry bliss for a sweeter experience. And all of their flavors are 100% natural. No harmful chemicals, no artificial flavors, and absolutely no nicotine. Quitting is tough, but Fume really can help. They've got thousands of 5-star reviews from smokers who have tried everything else, and this worked. If you're somebody who flies all the time, being able to use Fume in the air and in the airport is a huge difference maker. So whether you're a smoker or ex-smoker who still struggles with cravings, Fume is the perfect tool for you. Head to breathefume.com/face and use promo code FACE to save 10% off your entire order. That's 10% off your entire order when you head to breathefum.com/face and use code FACE. The time for spring cleaning is upon us. Do more than just dust your cabinets and organize your closets. Spring clean your butthole with Hello Tushy bidets. After wiping with dry, scratchy toilet paper all winter long, our bums could use a serious refresh. Put your cleanest booty forward and start washing with Hello Tushy. Hello Tushy is a fantastic product. It's so easy to install. It has been a huge upgrade in my bathroom experience. So stop spreading your business around your butthole with toilet paper. Start washing with Hello Tushy bidets. The Hello Tushy bidet attachment washes your bum with fresh water for a way better clean than toilet paper. Simply spray and pat dry. It attaches to your existing toilet, no electrician or plumber needed. It installs in less than 8 minutes, and it cuts down your TP use by 80%, saving money and paper waste. Hello Tushy has cleaned over 1 million happy bums. Join them and take care of your business the cleaner way. I want all of our listeners to have clean bums, so visit hellotushy.com/face to get 10% off plus free shipping right now. Tag us and @HelloTushy on social media so we can celebrate your clean butt with you. That's hellotushy.com/face for 10% off. Today's episode is sponsored by Honey, the easy way to save when shopping on your iPhone or computer. I love to online shop. I'm pretty sure I mentioned it every time we do this. Shopping in person sucks. You have to be in line. Sometimes the thing that you want isn't even there, even though it says so on the website. It's a disaster. But anytime I shop online, I never have a promo code ready to go at checkout. But thanks to Honey, manually searching for coupon codes is a thing of the past. Honey is the free shopping tool that scours the internet for promo codes and applies the best one it finds to your cart. Now, how it works is imagine you're shopping on one of your favorite sites. When you check out, the Honey button appears, and all you have to do is click Apply Coupons. Wait a few seconds as Honey searches for coupons it can find for that site. If Honey finds a working coupon, you'll watch the prices drop. I've used Honey to save money on food orders, on clothing, all sorts of things. It's a fantastic service and it's free. Honey doesn't just work on desktops, it also works on your iPhone too. Just activate it on Safari on your phone and save on the go. If you don't already have Honey, you could be straight up missing out. And by getting it, you'll be doing yourself a solid in supporting this show. I never recommend something I don't use. Get Honey for free at joinhoney.com/face. That's joinhoney.com/face.
I got a clip,
Uh-oh.
little video.
You have a clip?
Just got a thing to talk about.
That's never good.
This is scary because I asked him specifically before we recorded if he had any audio pulled, and he said no.
No, this isn't from our show. This is oh, it's too powerful.
We go to Slack?
Go into Slack.
Slack.
I don't have Slack set. Okay.
You don't have Slack?
Not on this computer, no.
What shall I do for you?
That's fine. Just do Slack and I'll make it work.
This is a moment I had with my cat. So if you can play the video.
What the fuck?
It has sound. What Smee does sometimes is he'll just be howling somewhere in the house, and it's because he's got something in his mouth. He used to select Beanie Babies from Meg's collection of Beanie Babies. He'd like pick one each night and put it at our door. He'll do it with socks. He basically just like kills a sock and then wants to show me. So he'll like howl all through the house, try and walk around the house until he finds me, and then dump it at my lap. And I was just sat in my office and he was like howling, and then he dumped it.
Okay.
What? Since this is an audio podcast.
Yeah.
Gavin followed up a video of a cat walking with a sock in its mouth with a picture of a sock on the ground, and the sock has "fuck off" embroidered on it.
I didn't even know that was a pair of socks that Meg had, apparently. But I thought that was extremely rude of Smee. And I just got back as well. It was like I'd been back in England, from England for like an hour. And he
told you to fuck off. Oh my God. That's a literal, that he legitimately just told you to fuck off.
And and how it is in that picture on the floor is exactly how I looked at it. Like it was the right way up and the facing it. It's so like you knew.
My question is, what would be more insulting, the fuck off sock, or if he walked out with the red one, your cursed socks?
If he'd got the red one, I would have been absolutely terrified. I would have had to put him outside. I wouldn't have known what he was plotting.
Oh, Christ.
I don't think I've ever had my animal communicate to me that way. That's fun.
Does your cat not hunt?
Nah, not really. My cat, being as old as she is, just mainly just like lays on a couch and yells at people to sit next to her. That's about all I got as far as my experience. Or she just sleeps. Not a lot of action going on. Definitely no hunting.
I want to get maybe just 26 pairs of socks with different letters on and see if he starts writing. Just do like a really, because it averages out to about one a day, like one kill a day, and it basically be like the slowest Ouija board of all time.
Or what, dude? What you could do, you should definitely try that. But then also just get a bunch of socks with words on them, like verbs and nouns and adjectives, and then he could write you a short story. one word at a time.
What words would I have? How many socks am I having to buy here?
You'd probably buy 100 pairs of socks.
Okay,
with different stuff on them.
So maybe the 100 most frequently used words.
Yeah, but then the short story is going to pay for itself. Like we'll sell it. You'll be able to make your money back.
What's really important? You got to record the meows, like when he's howling. That'll be the audiobook. You need to put all those together for the audiobook of your story. We got to cover all markets.
Eric has... Oh, no, he unsent it.
The 100 most common words in English. That's exactly what we need.
I just figured that would help you with your cat adventure or whatever. You never know.
Okay, so I need to...
It could be like, 31, 2, 87, 46. Like, you don't know what it's going to be. But the cat is going to have a good time.
Should I have the ability to rearrange the words after I've been brought enough? Or do I have to take it in his order?
I think it's in his order. It's his vision. Yeah.
Let's see what kind of a writer he is first. Let's see how eloquent the cat is. We might need to do some...
I like one of the most commonly used words editing. Is word.
Should we sell as a product a sock of the month club where every month you get a different one of the 100 most common words in America on your sock, and then it's over in 100 weeks? You get the full set.
I don't know why anyone would need that outside of this very specific case in which Gavin is having his cat.
Yeah, I don't know
socks.
if anyone would want a sock
You're
with
not the
cum written on
only-
it.
How many socks in the world are there? Or socks? How many cats in the world are there? We could start a trend. Now
I
just want to make stuff with my socks now. I'm an audience of one, but if there was a service I could buy to get the 100 most common words one at a time on socks, I would subscribe.
And it's one a week.
Yeah, or one a month even. Whatever.
So 2 years of socks.
2 years of socks.
I love the idea of Geoff opening his box of socks, getting his one pair, and being like, "Can you believe Gong is in the top 100? I would have never guessed this. Can you believe that? Like the excitement around, I don't,
Oil.
like
Oil
oil.
is 88. Why is it
It's like
oil? Why do people talk about oil so much?
It's like a little present every month. You get
Oh,
excited.
oil didn't make the cut this year. Must have been a bad
Surprise
year
and
for
delight.
oil. I don't know what happened. Tough year. It dropped off. Not enough oil talk this year.
I think if we made it face based, like the 100 most frequently used words of face, then it'd be a much
Now
more
you're
interesting
talking.
collection because you'd have Keenan and Kel written on some socks.
That has to be the most mentioned thing, I would say.
Yeah, I would think so.
Say
Tuxedo's got to be
apples,
getting up there.
Tuxedo. Oh, I have a really important question about the tuxedo and my get out of Greg free card. I just
Okay.
had this thought because we got it. It's all secure. Well, we don't have it. We bought it. We don't have it. It hasn't shipped yet. There's part of me that is terrified that somehow it will get fucked up in shipping. Can I use my get out of Greg free card on the tuxedo itself? Or is that exempt from the cart?
Well, how have you Gregged the tuxedo?
Well, I haven't yet, but I'm saying if somehow
What do
I
you mean yet?
did in the
But
ship.
if something happens to the tuxedo in transit, that won't be your fault, and you wouldn't need to use the card.
Well, I'm saying if like the wrong address was somehow there, if I filled out something wrong, I didn't, but I'm just paranoid. I'm paranoid that this is somehow going to blow up in my face.
If you're
As-
not able to rectify it, then yeah, I think you would be able to use the.
Okay,
Greg.
so the card applies to the tuxedo. I gained it from successfully doing the tuxedo, but I could still potentially use it on a tuxedo Greg.
I would hate for you to get it for successfully getting the tuxedo and then lose it for fucking it up in a handoff. Like, it just seems like a real waste
It
of
would.
a get out of Greg free card. And I also have some plans. I have some plans for that fucking tuxedo. Hear me out. Have you guys ever looked at the Tuxedo movie poster?
Yes.
I think we might want to consider. I was thinking, like, now we have this amazing tuxedo. What can we do with it, right? I think what we could do is potentially recreate this movie poster with Gavin in the tuxedo and VCK on the boot of his shoe, and then I could be Jennifer Love Hewitt in the pantsuit, and then Andrew could be like represented in the like the water strider computer thing in the background, and then we could make our but I could just say our tuxedo.
Now this I like. This I
That
fully
is
support.
brilliant.
It's a great
And-
idea.
And he's clearly up in the air
Yeah.
during that picture. So we could even make use of the harness holes.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
I could
that's
be
a
on
great
wire.
point.
Like, wouldn't it be amazing to recreate this exact movie poster? Also, I don't know why we haven't talked about this yet, but entertaining and fun has got to be the lamest pull quote in the history of film. If you're just listening to this, there's the Tuxedo movie poster. Look it up. It's got Tuxedo in big letters. It's got Jackie Chan doing a karate kick in his VCK boots. Jennifer Love Hewitt is like bemused in the background with her arms folded, like, "Oh, Jackie, he's at it again." And then right below his feet, in huge, bigger than the name Jackie Chan, bigger than Jennifer Love Hewitt, a little bit smaller than Tuxedo. It just says in quotes, "entertaining and fun." It's like it's a like, you know, it's pulled from a quote that's like, "You would hope a movie starring Jackie Chan in a tuxedo would at a minimum be entertaining and fun, comma, but here we are." And they're like, "Got it, entertaining and fun. That's all we needed."
I wish I still had my DVD. I owned a lot of shitty movies. I'd love to go through and try to just find the worst one of those because they all have them. I'm always curious the process of like how you get contacted for that. Like, Kangaroo Jack probably has one of those on the box. Did they like production reach out to that review? What is the do you get paid for having your quote on that box? If so, how much?
You do not. Well, I can speak from Rooster Teeth specifically. Let me see if I can find it. All you got to do is just take it and put it on.
Okay. My favorite shitty, back when I'd get DVDs all the time, you always look at the back for like special features, and you knew they were reaching when the top thing was interactive menu. It's always the great, this like maybe the trailer and interactive menu top two, you know there's nothing. It's useless.
Surround sound.
Are you trying to find a box that you were quoted on in some capacity, Geoff?
Oh, I was looking for the original. We used to have a quote. I can't find it. I just didn't want to misquote it.
Wasn't it someone for the BBC?
The one that's up there is BBC. But when we initially made it, I think it may be on the back somewhere. Or maybe we replaced it at some point. And I'm gonna butcher this story because it's an old fucking story. But we got a review from the Village Voice, and I think the guy who reviewed it said it was like Clerks meets Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
But it was the quote we pulled and put on, quote Clerks meets Star Wars quote, because we thought that was hilarious. But what he really said was like, every time you get a bunch of idiots that don't know what they're doing together, they try to make Clerks meet Star Wars. So we were like, perfect, thank you, and we put that up. And then I guess years later, that dude was a professor, and some student who was an RT fan was like, hey, you're on the cover of this DVD that I love. And he's like, let me see it. And he was like, those son of a bitches, they misquoted me. So
while I was in England, you remember a while ago we were talking about a bunch of ideas that we didn't do for RTX, but one of them was to have everyone write or draw the Ian on the wall. And then I talked about how at my nursery school they did a tea towel with everyone, and everyone had their self-portraits on. I went to my grandparents' house and look what I found.
Oh my god. Where is it? Is it in Slack? Is it?
I'm
It
still holding
should
my
be
breath.
in Discord.
I don't see it.
It's not there yet. Hit send. This is how I always fuck it up.
Gavin. Where is it?
I mean, it should be there.
Yeah, this is what every time I try to do something, this is how it goes.
Go
And
into
you guys
the
always
Slack.
make fun of me. Slack.
Okay. Looking at Slack now.
I see.
It'd be funny if he just redirected us back to Slack to say fuck off. That was all a bit.
I'm okay.
Oh, here it is. The towel.
Oh,
Nursery school.
let's find Gavin.
See if you can find
Okay.
me.
All right, don't
Wait,
spoil
so
it
this
when you
is
find
supposed to be faces? What is this supposed to be?
We all got told to draw ourselves, and you can see the ones at the top are the much younger kids. Like, they look like dog shit. And we're all getting older as it goes down. Have you found me?
I
yet?
really want to meet Harriet.
I found you. I found you. Are you?
You
So
got
is it above you or below you?
Let's see.
It's above you.
Still
Okay,
looking.
so I've got you.
Abby, I like Abby a lot. Abby's got like a whole Mr. Potato Head going on.
Dude, Luke
Um,
looks like a fucking a dickhead with eyeballs.
Some of them are so funny. I didn't give myself a body. I got legs coming straight out of my chin.
Did you find Gavin yet?
I did. I just found him.
For everybody who's looking for him, he's on the left, midway.
Yeah, I circled him for you as well. Oh, me, not him.
Oh,
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Can we make this? Can we put this on something? Just you. I don't want the rest of them. Can we make a face detail? It's
Honestly-
when the rest of us draw, but we use yours from second grade. What is your fucking? What is this little black? What is that hat? Is that a hat or is that
It's
your
my hair.
that's your hair? I thought you got a little hat going. So
You've got little T-Rex arms coming out of your ears.
So
Honestly, like drawing that is one of my earliest memories. I must have been like 2 or 3 years old.
So if you're gonna
I must have been
instruct,
3.
I love it so much.
if you wanted to describe this to somebody just listening, if they wanted to attempt to draw it, how would you describe the standard arms?
He's got standard ear arms and chin legs and hairball.
I'd love if people want to try to draw based off of that. I would love to see what those look like.
I just love the progression. Like, you can see the ones on the bottom are the people just about to leave nursery, and the people on the top are the ones who've just arrived.
God, yeah, poor Nicola. Good
Yeah,
Lord.
so 1991. Yeah, so I was 2 or 3.
Oh wow.
That's
Do you have
incredible.
anything that you did
Adorable.
of that age?
I do. I have. I need to see if I can find it. I found a thing a few months ago that was like me drawing me and my family, and looks terrifying. It has absolute Harriet vibes. If I can find it, I'll share it 2 weeks from now when we record again.
Smoke monster vibes.
It is, yeah. It's like kind of some face outlines and then smoke monster everywhere.
I think my favorite one is Joseph, the one right next to me.
Let's see. Let's go back down.
Joseph's is good. It's I'm not sure. It's
His is the most like Jeff's version of your instructions, where the face was like off the head, hanging above it.
Look at Luke right above.
Could you imagine
Oh, dear.
being?
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's a profile of a penis.
I like we're making fun of all these like real people who have no idea.
But no, I mean,
wonder if-
this is. I would do
Dude,
worse.
Here's a
I want to
question for
meet.
you.
I want to meet Jethro.
Here's a question for you, Gavin. You've probably already met him. Here's a
Yeah.
question for you. Do you think anybody on this towel is dead?
Oh, they must be.
Yeah, probably, right?
Yeah, I
Statistically,
think statistically, a few of them have died.
Do you think it was Thomas? I hope not. I hope it's not Heather. Heather had pretty eyes.
I like the idea of any one of these committing a crime in real life and having to try to give that description as the witness. 8-foot legs, line right down the middle of their face.
I also love the idea of this being a legal issue because we're using people's likeness. And they just sign the release, and technically it is their likeness.
I just
Oh,
want to look at
man.
these forever. They're so good. We
They're
have to
adorable.
do this. We have to do this at RTX next year.
Yeah, we have to.
Yeah,
make
I
this.
think it'd just be
This is
such a
so
nice.
good.
And it was always a thing that they said to the parents. Like I remember my parents had it in blue, and my grandparents had it in black, and they like displayed it proudly. Like it was this throughout my entire childhood was like dangled over the radiator by the dining room table, so like I could always see it.
That's so
Oh.
good.
It is. I wish this was a tradition in America. I wish I could say that I had one of these from
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
quite a
19
cute tradition.
It's so wonderful
77 or
tradition.
whatever it would have been.
That's great.
That's really cool, man.
That
I really do want to make some version of this.
that
Have you
leads
seen-
me-
for us.
Have you seen Ross?
Ross? Where are we going
Ross?
for Ross? Is he near you, above, below?
Based on this, he might be dead. He's below me. He's on the line below towards the right.
Oh God, he's all chopped up.
Oh, Ross.
Ross.
What happened, man?
I wonder where he started because the legs are great. The legs were fantastic. Did a great
Yeah, but-
job on those. And then,
But unfortunately, the rest of him is in pieces going the other way.
yeah.
Look, and to the right of Ross, it looks like somebody. Honestly, it looks like somebody shot Joanne right in the chest.
You could tell the more advanced students were able to write their own names as well. I clearly wasn't at that level of being able to spell my name.
You're there now, though.
I can do it now, yeah.
He did it. Wow.
Oof.
That's
Oh.
incredible. I love these. I'm going to just, honestly, when we're done, when I have free time, I'm just going to look at this, study.
Carly made like a melty happy face. That's pretty cute. Oh. Stephen made like it looks like a little kitty cat kind of.
All right, we should move on for this entirely visual segment.
Yeah, sorry. Nick, feel free to cut all that out. or some of it out.
Are we posting? Is that okay to post or not? Do we have to remove
I
that?
think so.
Okay,
I
if it's
don't
okay
know.
to post,
I mean,
then yeah, people
do you
can
want
see
me
this.
to cut the school name out, or does it matter?
I don't think it matters.
Okay.
All right.
Well, then, yeah,
pass
people
it
could look at this on our Instagram.
It might be more interesting for anyone who listens that just happened to go to the same nursery school as me and had no idea.
Oh, that's wild.
That'd
yeah.
be cool.
I'll
Yeah,
post
if you're
the
on
one
that T-Town not dead, let us know.
Yeah, we'd love to hear about your memories of making the tea towel. and if you knew Gavin during his quiet period.
Yeah, or just if you're Harriet, really want to meet Harriet.
That kind of leads me to what I was going to ask Geoff. I feel like 40 minutes ago when I said I had a
Okay.
question for both of you.
Oh, sorry.
RTX happened.
Yeah.
How are the Groan Tubes? What happened with that?
Well, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something right now. The Groan Tubes were, in my estimation, the biggest success in the history of RTX.
Wow.
If you're a regulation listener or comment leaver who came to us from iTunes or however you found us on Spotify, and you're not intimately familiar with Rooster Teeth as an organization, we do a yearly convention in July here in Austin, Texas, and at the convention center, I think like Comic-Con, but way smaller, and but awesome. And this year we released the Groan Tubes there, and they sold out pretty instantly, and I saw them constantly, and I did the I will say I did the Off Topic, which is another podcast Rooster Teeth does. It was like the podcast to end RTX. And so when I got there, I was like, let's hear the fucking Groan Tubes. And we had everybody doing them so much that it made Michael so fucking mad. Michael's the guy who runs that podcast, that he went over and told the Guardians to kick anybody out who Groan Tubed for the rest of the fucking podcast. And I think he was serious. I think he was like really angry, which I told the audience, you've done your job. Thank you. Like, I was like, it's not every day that I get the opportunity to actually annoy him. And so it was a huge fucking victory and a bit of a bucket list, if I'm being honest with you.
So what did they all sound like all together?
I mean,
was it just like a constant groan, or was it like a bunch of people? Were they all timed right, or was it just a big mess?
No, it's a big mess.
It sounded like it would come in waves where it would like start quiet and then get loud and then get quiet and get loud because people were like turning them over. None of them were like consistent or at the same time. So it was like a cacophony of just wow, wow, wow. And it never stopped. It was crazy.
You know what's interesting too? I told you guys last time I did that event in Atlanta and I signed a ton of baseballs. I don't think I signed maybe like 2 or 3 at RTX. It was weird. It was like not a baseball town, I guess. So I don't know if this means we're not a baseball equipment podcast anymore, but I definitely signed a lot of Zimmers. They were out in droves.
That's great. Have you gotten one of the Groan Tubes, Gavin?
Yeah, I got one.
It's amazing how much the plastic silences them. I didn't I kept mine within the plastic case it came in, and I was just that's perfect.
What do you mean? It is plastic.
No, but you know, like it came. It came in a plastic like wrap. It was wrapped in plastic, and I just had been using it in that. I still have it in it, and I took it out. I could not believe how much it silenced it. Those are fucking loud. Like, I was kind of disappointed at first that they're kind of quiet, but they're loud.
I will say, compared to the Groan Tubes I had as a kid, they have much shorter travel time.
Yeah?
Yeah, these are like, what, like a less than a second? I swear I had one that was like, ooh, like a real long one. It wasn't physically longer, it just moved slower.
Like it was packed in tighter or something.
Yeah.
Now, are you sure this is true, or is this like a rose-tinted glasses thing of you looking back?
It could be.
You remembering fondly your first Groan Tube.
When I had legs coming out of my chin and a ball on my head, that sounded a lot longer.
I'm glad that they were a success and that they were annoying in a great way.
And by the way, I spoke to so many regulation listeners and so many comment leavers, and it was a genuine joy to meet you all. Thanks for coming up and saying hi and taking a photo or like making fun of Gavin or whatever you did for me. I really appreciate it. And thanks for coming out and supporting RTX. It was really cool. There were so many face there were so many fuckers out there. It was awesome.
It made me so happy to see all the photos from the meetup. The first. Oh yeah,
the meetup was awesome. I went to the meetup. Here's what I'll tell you. One thing, I got fucking tongue tied there for a second. I went to the meetup. I wasn't supposed to or anything. I just heard and I wanted to show up and say hi and say thank you to everybody. And Jack told me about it. He goes, "Hey, did you hear there's a meetup?" And I was like, "Yeah, of course." He's like, "I'm gonna go check it out." And I was like, "Cool, we can go together." And then the meetup came and Jack was nowhere to be found. Ran into him like an hour later, and Emily was like, "Hey, I missed you at the meetup, buddy." And he was like, "Oh yeah, forgot about that." And then around here somewhere, I don't know. And he just kept going. So, like he prioritizes the break show.
I think Jack's just on another level. He's screwing with us in a level that's what?
He's functioning on some level above us,
and he's functioning on a much lower level apparently.
Yeah. Is the cat in the room with you? Are you feeling nervous?
The stock's still here though.
Also, RTX related, you did a panel with Bobby Lee.
Oh yeah,
which I didn't know.
Face or something different?
No, it was. He was just there. I had no idea. I would never cross Bobby Lee with RTX in my head. Like, I was surprised to see him there, but I was excited about it. I think you tweeted that you're going to do a panel with him. And I was like, holy shit, Bobby Lee is there? It's a great draw. How did that go? What was that experience like?
I'll be honest with you. It was like a highlight of my career. I did not really know what to expect. And it was one of those things where it kind of came together at the last minute. And they were like, hey, do you want to do a panel with Bobby? And I was like, yeah, absolutely. What do you want to do? And they're like, you figure it out. So I wasn't quite sure how to do that. But I like a challenge, and I'm bad at saying no to stuff. So I was like, fuck yeah, I'll figure it out. And then so he flew in, and I met him for lunch so that we could build up some form of rapport before we performed together for the first time. So like maybe 2 hours before the event, we went and had lunch downtown. And I don't know what to say other than he might be the most spiritually aligned with face out of any other person I've ever met in my entire life. Like, it was weird. We sat down and we had the lunch. We started to kind of riff off of each other and get to know each other. Then we got into an argument about how the lunch was going. And then we both agreed to rate the lunch so that we could see where we both sat on the spectrum. But then we couldn't figure out a rating system. And then we argued over the rating system of 1 to 10 for a while. And then we finally agreed. And then we rated the lunch differently. And then that made us fight. And then we did a panel together. And it was one of the funniest panels I've ever done. And then we were pretty much attached at the hip for the next 2 days. I just like kind of had meals with him and hung out with him. And he's just a really funny, lovely dude. And this is probably too early to say stuff like this, but fuck it, I don't care. I'm unprofessional as fuck. I got him to agree to do a podcast. So with me. So we're going to do like I don't know if it'll be, I mean, obviously face is sacrosanct. We don't touch it, but at least like a couple times a year, I'll do some sort of shoulder content podcast with Bobby Lee that I don't know if it'll live in the face universe. If you guys want it, it can, or it can be just in the larger Rooster Teeth. But yeah, he's a lunatic in all the right ways.
I was worried that you weren't doing enough podcasts, so that's a relief. That's a relief.
How do I say no to doing a podcast with Bobby Lee though?
No, that's fair. I'm curious. So when you reviewed the lunch, how did you deliver? Because in my head, that'd be a problem of the person who says it first is then sort of guiding the response review. Was it a situation in which you both said it at the same time, or did you like write it?
We both kind of said it at this. We both kind of said it the same at the same time. I said 8. He said 8.5, and there was a vast difference between 8 and 8.5 in our minds. And he was
0.5 is smart.
Highly insulted by what I thought 8 was. So
sounds like he's heavy on regulation.
He's a pretty heavy on regulation. Yeah, yeah. I would say that he's a regulation dude for sure.
Get on with Andrew pretty well by the sounds of it.
You know, it was funny because I was thinking to myself as I was kind of like, you know, just spending the weekend with him, explaining Rooster Teeth to him and showing him around and all that stuff. I realized I'm kind of uniquely prepared for this because I've been working with Andrew for a very long time, and I feel like it's just like. It's created this level of patience and babysitting that I can do that just like, I just slid right in. Yeah, it was easy. I was like, oh, I know this.
He peddled the training.
It was cool though. It was cool.
That's awesome.
He's a funny dude.
Yeah, he's hilarious. Love Bobby Lee.
So we're saying that we don't ever have guests on face, but if we did and we were to break that rule, he'd be great for it.
I think he's the first person I've ever met that I thought that could work. In face, but I'm not saying we should do that. But you know, if you guys wanted to do like a side thing, we could do that.
Huh. Sounds good.
You know, kind of like we do. Speaking of side stuff, kind of like we're supposed to do MVP 2.
Yes, I can't wait for that. Whatever.
Let's set the date, Eric. When are we doing?
We don't have fucking time for this right now. Let's wrap up this episode. We have another one to record. Are you out of your fucking minds? Jesus Christ.
You heard it here, folks. If you've been asking for MVP 2, so have we. But Eric told us
300
fuck
baseball.
Off, we can't do it.
We have
so
MVP
thanks for listening.
2. We have to do more break shit. Like, you're out of your fucking mind. You think we're gonna schedule it in the next 4 minutes?
We gotta do stuff with Bobby Lee now too.
God.
Thanks for listening to Face. I really want to do that MVP 2, but you heard it. Eric said no. We'll see you next week.
Hey guys, Major League fan Jack here with a look at next week's episode of Face. Geoff talks shaving. Andrew betrays the group. Again. Let's talk about Survive Block Island. Bluebell ice cream is responsible for multiple people dying. Gavin has the strangest snacks. We just spun into Chipville. And once again, Andrew does not eat the pencil. All that and more on next week's episode of Face.